everyone, it's Nicole Otis again. I wanted to show you, I had someone request that I make an origami owl version of this graphic, so I thought it would be perfect to just record me doing it from start to finish. So I'll show you the graphic, and this is it. It's Owl+Bee+Home+4+Christmas. So we can use all of our charms to do a post and make it have the O2 style. So first we're going to start off by going into Chrome, and let's go to the Origami Owl website. And let's get our charms. So first off, I'm going to search for an owl. I'm going to get some other pages going here too, so I could just have them all searching. So that's looking for an owl. Let's look for the home. I don't know if it's home or house. I can't remember what it's called. A bee. Number 4. And a Christmas tree. We'll get I guess the Christmas tree snow globe. Tree. I'm just going to put tree. I try and use less words because the more words you do when you search, probably isn't going to find what you're looking for. So, oh, look at all these cute owls. I love both these. Let's use this cute little one. I like this one because I love the turquoise eyes or the aqua eyes, but let's get the Hello Owl charm. And I'm going to right click and do Save Image As, and I'm going to save this to my desktop. And I'm just going to call this O2 Hello Owl. Save it. And let's go to the next one. What were we looking for here? Home. Maybe it's a house. There it is. A little house. Click on it. Then you right click, Save Image As. This one will be O2 House. Let's go to the next one. Let's get this bee. Save Image As. O2 bee. Let's get this number 4. O2 4. And the last one is, let's look under, let's just go to charms. There it is. Right click. Go to tree snow globe. Save. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is cut these out of the background. Let's go ahead and go over here. We can use this image as our background, like our template. So I'm going to actually just double click on the background layer. That unlocks it. Then I can delete this. And then this becomes our template. So if you double click where it says that in our layer palette, you can rename it. So we're going to do, we're going to open up these charms. So open, go to the desktop, have all 4. I'm going to select the first one, and I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard and click on the last one, and that'll select all of them. Then we could open them all at the same time, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So first one I'm going to do is a Hello Owl. I'm going to make it big enough so you can see it. I'm going to use my magic wand tool. If you're looking at your toolbar and it's a big long bar, I suggest hitting this little 2 arrows thing so that it makes it shorter, because I'd rather have all my tools up in the top left than going all the way down the left side, so that I'm always just going up to the left to grab a tool. Anywho, any hoot. Okay, so I'm going to click the magic wand on this outside area, and then I will double click the background to make this a transparent, like a layer that I can delete the background out of it. Doesn't matter what our layer is called. I'm just going to hit OK and then hit delete. So there we go. The transparency is displayed by the checkerboard. Now let's grab the house and do the same thing. Click with the magic wand, double click the background, hit enter, hit delete. Go to the next one. You can zoom in on your keyboard by holding, if you're on a Mac, it's Command plus, or if you're on a PC, it's Control plus. So now I've got the white selected, double click the background, hit enter, and delete is the key on my keyboard that I'm hitting, top right. And let me close my mail so those messages don't pop up. Now let's go do number 4. So select that. Okay, this one has some white in the middle. So when I select the magic wand and I click, it's going to select anything within that color range that's touching. So it's not going to grab that. So same thing applies with the shift key. If you ever want to add to your selection, whether you're selecting files or pixels, you can hit shift and then you'll see there's a little plus next to my magic wand. So I'm going to click plus. So now I've selected all the white, and now I'll double click the background, hit enter, and delete. Now let's do the last one, the snow globe. So I'm doing Command plus, select. Looks like this got a little bit too far into my snow globe, so I think I'm going to change my tolerance to like a 5. We were at 10 before, and that to me looks a little bit better. It didn't grab so much of that. So now I'm going to double click, enter, delete. Okay, now we get to grab these and drag them onto our document. So there's a couple ways you could do it. If you can click and drag your layer right here so it's floating, then you can select your template and then go back here. If you click on window and scroll down, you'll see all of your, these are actually documents. They're images, but they're documents. So you can grab this file, and then you'll see you'll have the layer over here. You can actually drag the layer onto here. We'll just move it down here. Now let's grab the next one. Here's another way you can do it. You can say select at the top, all, and then edit, copy. Go back to our document, and then you can do edit, paste. So there's 4. Then probably scoot it up a little bit. Okay, now let's go get the B. So I can also do Command A or Control A on a PC, Control C for copy, or Command C on a Mac, and then Command or Control V will paste it on there. So now we have our B. Now let's get our house. Command A, Command C, Command V. Super quick. You can always do the edit, you know, select all, edit, copy. You can do it that way too. I'll do it one more time so you know. So you could go select all, edit, copy, back to that, edit, paste. Same thing. All those ways get the same thing done. So now we need to erase our layer because I think we're good. Actually, what we can do is make a new layer. We'll choose what background color we want, and we'll add our little pluses in between. So I have my layer 6. I'm going to name this background color, and I'm going to open, actually I'm going to grab the color palette, which I already have ready for you guys, kind of, so you can get it anytime. If you go to getmylockets.com/artwork, then what you can do is scroll down to the bottom of this page, and you can select get some of the design elements I use and create your own designs. So you can click right here, Scroll down, you'll see I have the color bar right here. So I'm just going to right click and I'm going to copy image. Then I'll go back over here and I'll paste. And it's a little bit big. You can just move it around as long as you're on the move tool, which is right here on your toolbar. I can't see all the colors in one, so what I want to do is shrink it down. So I'll go, as long as I'm selected on the layer, do edit, free transform, or Command T. I'm big on keyboard shortcuts because the menus take too long for me. The menus work just fine though. Then I hold Shift and I drag the corner. So Shift is like your magic key on your keyboard. It's going to help you select things. It's going to help you keep things proportioned. If I didn't do it, if I didn't hold Shift, I'd be able to like accidentally stretch it like that, which I don't want to do. So when I hold Shift, it makes it so it has to stay proportional. So that looks good to me. Now I want my background color. I'm going to go select all. And since it is Christmas, let's do a green background. So over here, I've selected my whole entire image. I'm going to grab this little tool, and it is called the eyedropper tool. Click on it, and then I'm going to go over my green square and just click. And it's going to put that in my color palette over here. So now I have green is my foreground color and white is my background color. Now I'll go up to the top and I'll say edit, fill. And then I'm going to fill with this little drop down. I want my foreground color. So I'm going to click OK, and now our background is green. Now there's one more thing I want to do because that's kind of boring and I want to grab like a pattern of some sort. So I think a white pinwheel might be kind of cool, or we could do a chevron. Let's do a chevron. I haven't done one of those in a while. So you can't see the chevron because it's white. The background is white, but it's there. So if you just right click on it and choose copy image and then go back to Photoshop and make sure you're on your background color, and then when you paste this in, it's going to paste it on top of there. So now it's its own layer on top of the background color. Then you can turn your opacity down, which is how white or how, like, I guess see-through it is to the background color. So I want to do about 20% just to give it texture, maybe even 10. We just don't want it to be plain green because that's kind of boring. At least I think it is. Oops. Okay, so now, oops, let me get it back up to 10. Now what I want to do is scoot this up so it's like centered. Okay, so now we have that. Now we're going to grab our type tool, which is this T right here. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click where you want it to go on the page, and I'm going to put the plus sign, which is green also. So I want to make that actually white. So let's click up here, and it lets you choose your color. So there we go. I have this plus. Now if I want to do another plus, I can just duplicate this layer. So I'm on my layers palette right here. And up here there's a little thing called the layer menu. And I will just click on that and duplicate this layer. And it'll just be called plus copy. And then I will hold my shift key again on the keyboard and move it over. And that keeps it on the same plane, I guess, as the other one. And then let's see, what did it look like? I can't remember what this was. Okay, so one more plus. You can turn the eyeballs on and off to view and hide layers. So let's copy the plus again. So duplicate, and now this is copy 2. And I'll move it down here. And I think those pluses are like just a little bit small. So maybe I might want to make them a little bit bigger. So what you can do is you can get your type tool, you can double click, and it's 72 points. Let's make it 100 points. I think that is way better. Do the same thing over here. You could have done this first if you realized it was too small in the beginning. so that you don't have to do this 3 times, but I didn't think about that. Okay, so there we go. And I think I just want to like scoot some things over because it doesn't really seem quite centered. So I'm going to grab all these layers, starting with the top one, and you can actually name your layers. So this is an owl, this is the house, this is the bee. You just double click and type them. That's the number 4, and that's the tree. So I'll start with the top layer and go down to my bottom plus, and I'll just hold shift and click the bottom layer. Then I'm going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard to scoot this a little bit. And I think I want to put the Origami Owl logo on here, the independent designer one. So what I'm going to do is scoot the tree, the 4, and the last plus up. So I'll select those like that. And then maybe I'll even just select everything and scoot them up a little bit. Maybe even more. If I hold shift on my keyboard and I use the arrows, it goes, see this is 1 at a time. See how slow it's going? If I hold shift, it goes 10 times further. So I love the shift key. What can I say? Okay, now let's get the logo. So once again, it's on this page, this artwork page. The ones that look white, I know that you think there's nothing there, but they are there. It's just they're white with a transparent background. So let's click on this and right click and copy the image. You want to kind of do it somewhere up here in the corner. That's where the image will be, even though you can't see it. It's there. And then let's go up to edit and paste. So we pasted it in. It's obviously way too big. So let's do this again. Let's go edit, free transform. I'm going to grab one of the corners. I don't want to grab the side or the top. See these little squares? These are your, I guess, anchor points or something. You can just drag, hold shift and drag it down. And it's okay that it's off the page because you can just click in the center and drag it. So there we go. That is how you make that. I don't know how long this video was, but it wasn't too bad. So you can do stuff like that. I'm just going to tidy up a couple things here. I'm going to scoot my plus over and this one over a little bit. And that's pretty cute. So let's save it. So you want to have 2 versions when you're finished. So basically you're going to have your layers. You want to save all these layers in case you wanted to make something like this. You could just open it up and change the charms out or whatever it may be. I always save my layered file, and that is a PSD file, which stands for Photoshop document. So this is going to be Owl+Bee. Oh, you know what? I'll type it this way. Owl+Bee+Home for Christmas. I'll do Xmas. No, you know what? Let's just spell it out. That way when I'm searching, if I'm searching Christmas, it'll come up. And I want to make sure the layers is checked. I want it to save the layers, so then we'll save. And then maximize compatibility. You just ignore that, leave it checked, hit OK. Now we're going to save our JPEG that we can put into Facebook or email or Instagram, or whatever. File, and then save for web. And then you're going to see up here you can choose between a GIF file and a JPEG. I want you to notice the file size down here. A GIF is going to be 116K. That's the size. It's pretty small. JPEG is actually bigger. It's 145. You can also adjust your quality. So we could go down, and you want to be looking at your picture, and you'll see, like, if I put a quality 0, how terrible that looks. It's all jaggy and like pixelated. We don't like that. So I would try and keep it at like 60 or above at least. Another option you have is PNG, and I like the PNG 24. I don't even think 8 works. You'll notice your file size is a lot bigger. It's 313K, which isn't super important nowadays, but I noticed that Facebook doesn't optimize PNGs as much as the JPEGs. Whenever I put a JPEG on Facebook, it does its own optimizing and it looks pretty bad. So I prefer saving as a PNG. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't need transparency checked. And I'm just going to click save and then save this to my desktop. And save. So now let's go over here to Facebook. And let's post this up and let's tag tag Ashley in it. She's the one that requested it. So we'll go to Get My Lockets. We will go to add a photo, upload a photo, go to my desktop, and here it is. I'm going to choose it. So this is for Ashley. And then what I'll do is I'll say stay tuned for we'll say in Photoshop. Oh, let's say Adobe too. Okay, so there it is. And I'm addicted to those little hearts. I don't know what's up with that, but so there you go. And now I'm going to stop the video so I can post it up. But thanks for listening and learning. And I love to see your designs when you come up with stuff. So be sure to post them on the page so I can see them. Okay. And if you're not in the group Get My Lockets, it is facebook.com/groups/getmylockets. Just make sure that you have something Origami Owl on your page, because like this girl, I don't know who she is. I don't see anything Origami Owl. I got to go like stalking her page. Okay, there I see something right here, Origami Owl. So I don't really like check to see if someone's active because it's not like top secret information in here. But I would prefer just designers in here. So I'll go ahead and add her. But I don't want to have to like check everyone. So I like it when I click and I actually see someone wearing Origami Owl, something like that. And then at least I know you're not like a spammer or something. So, okay, that's it. Thanks. Thanks. Merry Christmas to y'all.